Hey, what's up? Welcome to our house.
Yay!
So, this is the Fender household.
Yay!
So we just wanted to kind of show you a little bit of who we are and kind of what we're about here.
Well, like, this home was such a blessing from God. It was just one of those things where it's like, you know, we really have been serious about putting God first. We haven't just been people who say we're going to do it. We have actually done it. We've given to God. We've sacrificially given. We've honored our parents. And this truly is the blessing. Like, this house, the things in this house, like how the house is designed, all of this stuff is a continual blessing and a continual just like reminder that God's hands on our life, and that you know, when you put God first, he blesses you for it.
So if you guys can see, we're actually starting out in our dining room.
Yeah, we don't really dine in here much, but like, you know, you gotta have one of these.
So we actually, this is one of the big parts of the house. This is our gallery wall. This kind of shows basically all the different parts of our family. So, you know, our in-laws, brothers and sisters, everyone here. Yeah. And then we spend a couple of our formal meals here when we have family over or friends over. We'll come right here. We also have like little decorations around the house. This is one of Jackie's guitars.
Oh, that's the first guitar I ever got too. Yeah. So like, I was starting guitar classes when we used to do, was it summer masters? It was one of our first summer masters that we did. So we were trying to be like Victory. It was great. Well, like when we were doing it, I really wanted to play more and like grow that gifting, because I was like, oh, you know, I want to worship and all this stuff. Like I want to be able to play something, whether it's piano, guitar, I want to learn. So like I didn't have a guitar, but my teacher, Jordan Tani, which he doesn't come to church anymore, but he used to be a part of it and he used to be our worship leader.
And now he's a pastor down at Harvest Cathedral in Macon, actually.
Yeah, he was teaching us, and it was crazy. I didn't say anything. I was just like, you know, I really would want a guitar, and I just said it in my heart. Like, obviously, I've been giving since I was like 6. Like, little kid, had no money. Like, giving like 50 cents. It was like, Jesus, I love you. But like, was giving money to God, and I've always been taken care of. But I just said it in my heart, like, Lord, it would be really great if I got a guitar, you know, so I could actually learn. And he just gave me that guitar one day. Like, at the end of practice, he was like, here, I just felt to give this to you. And I'm like, oh my God, seriously? Like, I've got a guitar and I didn't have to pay for it. Like, I mean, I kind of like did a bunch of stuff on it because I'm extra. But no, like, it was such a blessing. And that's why this guitar, like my first guitar, was such a big deal to me, because it was one of those, God gave me this, you know? Like, I had wanted something, and it was something I desired in my heart, and God just like gave it to me, and then gave me another one. And I've had 4 guitars, and now I've given away 2, and I still have 2. It's just like the overflow. Why do I have so many guitars? Like, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, God, I don't even know. God is so good.
And then right around the body of the guitar, you can actually see an inscription that Jackie actually wrote out on here. So
yeah, it's 1 Corinthians 13. So
it's all 1 Corinthians 13.
Yeah. Okay, so this is our living room. I like trying to remember the names of the rooms. Like, my mom would be so ashamed. So this is our living room. We kind of live, wow, okay, I just had a revelation. We live here a lot. There you go. We also cook a lot. Well, before this whole thing, we cooked a lot, but now we like cook even more. We're like meal planning and all that. So this is our situation. Something else that I had an idea about for like this quarantine. So for me, like I always like to see like new things blooming, things like just like newness. I don't want to just get so bored seeing the same thing every day. So I brought like plants from the outside inside. Like, I mean, if you're like a kid, you kind of have to figure that whole situation out with your parents. But like it just brings like a freshness into the house, like opening up the windows, like being able to see something new every day and not just see like the same thing. So yeah.
So this is our bedroom, and actually as you kind of go through the house, you also see artwork that Jackie's done. So this is our bedroom right here. And so this is my favorite part of the house because I love to sleep a lot. So
he likes sleeping.
I love naps. And so that was a gift. This is our closet area. This is one of my favorite parts of the house. I can kind of show off our different hats. We can show off the shoes and everything else.
Yeah, so like our parents redid our closet, so we had kind of a struggle closet when we first moved in. So like redid our closet, we painted our wall black because I'm like artsy and I can't just be in a regular room. So I was like, oh, art time, let me paint. So yeah, I mean, it's just like a cool way of, I don't know, all the things, but.
And then right here, these are actually our vows. So the day after the wedding, Jackie actually sent off our vows to a manufacturer and got them printed out. That way, whenever we wake up, we can see the vows that we said to each other, and it's a nice reminder kind of why we're here in marriage. And so it was a really nice gift, and it's actually been one of the great reminders I've had kind of during the quarantine of kind of the great parts about marriage and how this quarantine's allowed us to have more time together to really not just figure out who we are individually, but who we are as a couple. So that's been pretty nice.
I really just want to encourage people. Like, I was praying about it the other day, and I was like, God, like, what do you want us to do? You know, like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of, like, heartache, and there's a lot of sadness and everything. And one of the things that was just really feeling in my heart is just, like, you know, just remind people to have joy, you know, to not allow this stuff to steal your joy. Such a big revelation I was having the other day. Even Jonathan was saying it. He was like, you know, the devil is not just out there to steal, kill, and destroy, take away all these things from you, but he's trying to steal your joy, like in every area, you know, whether it be like, oh, the sickness, oh my God, I'm so anxious, but like, you can totally get your joy zapped out of you and just be sitting around like a mummy or whatever.
Yeah.
Completely just like, oh, well, the world told me I can't do this and I can't do this. It's like, okay, seriously, like, don't do that. Like, God gave us such a precious gift of his joy, you know, and even just the peace of God, just protecting that and not allowing yourself to get so hyped scrolling through Instagram and all that stuff, because that can get so easy to do, especially when you have nothing to do, scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and like you can feel your energy and your emotional state going down. But it's like just being able to say, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna either like listen to your word, like, you know, the Bible podcast is on Spotify and it'll get you through the Bible in a year if you listen to like 3 chapters a day.
Pretty much.
Like I listen to that sometimes. Like obviously I'm on like the Bible Project's whatever Bible thingy, so I do that. But it's just like being able to listen to podcasts that uplift you, being able to listen to worship music, being able just to praise God in your house and like keep your spirit up, because like that's what makes the difference. Like there's so many things you can do, and like watching TV and movies and hang out with your family, but you can be so dead on the inside and be sad and scared. But like when you invest in your spirit and when you're actually like sowing that, it can be so much more, you know.
All right.
Okay, so there's a few other things.
This is our extra room here. And so, obviously, I'm a big fan of The Office, so The Office is always playing in the background. Then I also obviously have all my different screens and everything else. We also kind of use this room as well as like a prayer room. So when we want to have like our individual times of prayer and everything else, I can come in here, Jackie takes it out there with her guitar, and we just have our individual times of worship, which has been really fundamental to us, kind of like, I wouldn't even say keeping our sanity, but realistically keeping our joy during the quarantine has been really to press into God individually and together as a couple. So
that's basically our house. So bye-bye.
Bye.
I don't even know. A few days ago, he said he had wanted a bike to me. I hadn't really mentioned it to anybody, but he was like, oh yeah, I want a bike because I'm going to be at home now. This is quarantine. I want to ride my bike. And it's crazy because my dad comes on Sunday after the service and it's like, hey, I got something for you. And we're like, what is it? And he's like, oh, here's this bike that I've only ridden 2 times. It's brand new. Here you go. And I'm like, Kyle, do you see that God loves you? Like,
Justin, like I told you in the house, like we have, you know, like a lot of these are like projects. I love projects. So my plan was I'm going to just buy a bike from Goodwill for like $20. I'm going to fix it up. You know, it's going to be awesome. I love fixing up stuff. And I hadn't told anyone, you know, I really wanted a bike because I really wanted to just start being healthy, just have that opportunity. And
but
so
God just did it for you.
God just did it for me, quite literally. And it was a bike that I had looked at before, but I would never think of buying because of the price tag on it. And so, like, quite literally, it's just
one of those God, like, oh, here you go, I got you.
it's just a blessing. Just drop right in your lap.
Okay, like, that's just not normal. I'm sorry, it's totally not normal. Like,
it's not.
That's why this house is, like, odd. It's very odd. I'm just like, there's so many things that are like that I'm like, God, what the heck? Like, how did you, yeah.
Well, no, God just came through with blessings, and he keeps coming through with blessings.
Oh, and this TV, too. Do you remember I won a TV at this job? God gave me this job also. But I won a TV, and I never win anything. So I win this huge TV, bring it home, and then it's funny, I feel like I need to give it to, and it's huge. It was a bigger TV than I had before, and I was like, this is gonna be great. And I was like, this really sucks, we're about to move out, I don't have a TV anymore. So we gave it away. So then we go to Kyle's parents' house, and they have like 4 TVs. And they're like, hey, do you want one of our TVs? And then this is the TV we get. And it was like better than the other TV we were gonna get. And it was just such a God thing. It's like, seriously, Lord, really? So we give a TV, we get a TV. Like, I don't know. It's just, yeah. It's a continual reminder that it's like, when you give, God sees it. It's nothing he doesn't see. It's nothing that, you know, he's blind to. He's always taking care of his kids, you know. That's like my testimony. He's always taking care of me. I've never lacked anything. I've never been in a place where I didn't have enough, or where, even with food, it's like, oh, I'm always thinking in my head, I wish we had this food. And Kyle comes in like, hey, I found this on sale. And I'm like, God, what? When there's a lack of that food in the country, how did he get that? Like, it's just like, seriously, Lord? Like, I don't know. It's just such a blessing. Like, you just like feel God smiling down on you. And it's just, yeah, it's awesome.